Hello, guys. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a recap on my picks for NFL Week 3. We had a pretty rough week this week. A lot of surprises. Well, I think they were surprises. At least for me, they were. Um, but let's just recap all my picks and how we did and what was our record. And yeah, but it was pretty bad. We almost went 50%, but it was below 50%, unfortunately. Let me pull up the record 1 second. Okay, so for the first game was Bills Dolphins. The Bills won. It wasn't as easy as I said it was going to be. The Dolphins had a little bit of fight in them, but at the end, Bills ended up winning, and I thought they would win. I don't know if the Dolphins are going to be good going forward, but they did show some fight in this game, and the Bills just won. The Bills also have the Saints next week, so I imagine they're just going to blow out the Saints as well. So yeah, but we got the Bills win. We picked the Bills and we won that one. Then we picked the Bengals to beat the Vikings. I thought that Browning was going to show some flashes like he did before when Burrow was injured, and Browning did a pretty good job holding the fort back then. But he didn't this time. He turned the ball over a lot. Isaiah Rodgers had a pretty big day for the Vikings, and Carson Wentz looked pretty good. And I think I saw somewhere that JJ McCarthy wasn't going to come back immediately. So we'll see what Carson Wentz can do. It would be pretty cool to see a Carson Wentz come back. I'm not gonna lie, he deserves it. I think the injury back then when he was with the Eagles was unfortunate. So I'm glad he was able to win. But we did pick the Bengals, so we lost that one. We lost that one with the Bengals pick. The Jaguars won the Jaguars won that game versus the Texans, and we picked the Texans. So uh, we picked the Texans. CJ Stroud isn't looking too good. The Jaguars aren't looking that good either, but they look better than the Texans, and they won. So we lost that one as well. We lost that pick. For the Colts, everyone was saying Danny Dimes was going to be the Saints of last year. You know, they started hot, but then they went downhill fast. They were wrong, and I think they're going to be wrong. I think minimum they're going to win 10 games at the very least, and that's going a bit conservative. I hope they keep going because that was like a big take that I had. So it would be cool if a take that I had was right, was really right. So we picked the Colts to win, um, and we won that pick. So the Colts win. We picked the Raiders to win against the Commanders because uh, Jane Daniels was going to be injured, and he was. Marcus Mariota looked okay, even though I think he fumbled the ball one time. And the Commanders just smoked them. It was. I thought the Raiders were going to have a little bit more potential to be good, but apparently not. So we lost that pick as well because we picked the Raiders and they lost. For the Eagles, we won that one. It was touch and go there. The first half, you guys know, Jalen Hurts has had -1 yards, and it was looking kind of rough for the Eagles. It was dramatic all the way till the end, till the punt block and the touchdown return. It's always amazing to see one of those big guys return a pick six or a thick six, if you will. For the Panthers, I betrayed Bryce Young. I was riding with him going into the season, but then the first two games I was like, geez, he's looking kind of rough. But they smoked the Falcons, and we lost that pick because we picked the Falcons because we thought the Falcons were gonna um, go head to head with the Buccaneers for the division. They just got smoked by the Panthers, so who knows? Maybe the Panthers are not horrible. And for the Steelers, even though they looked bad, the Patriots looked even worse simply because of the turnovers, the fumbles, and Drake May had a rough day. They had five turnovers, I believe the Patriots did. But I'll say this: the Steelers did not look good, so I don't know if I'll be picking them in the future. It depends on who they go against, but they looked pretty rough, and the Steelers won, so we lost that pick. And then we picked the Packers to beat the Browns, and the Browns upset the Packers because of the defense, and Joe Flacco was, I guess, able to do enough to win. And I don't remember if they won with a field goal or a touchdown. I think they won with a field goal and a turnover from Jordan Love. So yeah, the Browns won that one, and we picked the Packers, so we lost that pick as well. For the Chargers versus the Broncos, the Chargers won that one. The Chargers look like the real deal, like they're gonna make a deep playoff run. At least that's what they look like now. Some people are down on the Broncos. I thought they were gonna be good coming into the season because of the defense. Second year for Bo Nix, I thought he was gonna get better. He hasn't looked that good. Not horrible, but he hasn't looked that good. We'll see if the Broncos can come back. But for this one, the Chargers won, and we did pick the Chargers, so that's a win. Seahawks versus the Saints. We picked the Seahawks. Sam Darnold was looking good. Seattle in general was looking good. You know, they beat the Steelers last week. They beat the Saints this week. The Saints aren't that good, and the Steelers are not that good, I don't think either, but they are getting the job done, and I'm glad Sam Darnold is doing good because I thought some people thought he was going to regress, and I'm glad that's not the case, or at least up until now. But we did pick the Seahawks, and that's a win. We picked the Cowboys because we thought the Cowboys were better than they actually were. The defense looked horrendous, the pass defense, and I don't know. The Cowboys, I don't know if they're going to be like a top 10 pick again. It's looking bad for the Cowboys, I'll just say that. For the Bears, we don't know if this was an anomaly or the Cowboys just are horrible. But Caleb Williams looked good, so shout out to him. The Bears won that one, and we picked the Cowboys, so we lost. And 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals, we did pick the Niners, so we won that one. Nicky Bosa got injured on the Niners, and this game was kind of meh. It was low scoring. It was pretty bad, I think. But at the end, I think they won it with a kick, I believe. I don't know how far the kick was, but they won it with a field goal. And yeah, I don't think the Cardinals are that good. I think Kyler Murray is kind of limited, and for Marvin Harrison Jr., I believe he did pretty bad. So yeah, so the Niners won, and we won that pick. Then for the Chiefs won. I don't know if it was all because they're all the way back, like they're going to be good now, or was it because Russell was looking kind of horrendous and the Giants are horrible? Well, we'll see. The Chiefs are going to face the Ravens, and the Giants, I believe, bench Russell Wilson, and they're going to go to Jackson Dart. We'll see how Jackson Dart does. He They have a pretty rough schedule, so we'll see what happens. And then for the Monday night game, we picked the Ravens. We said it was going to be 50-50. It was pretty close. The game was pretty close. They only lost by 8, but they the Ravens did get run on, and King Henry also fumbled the ball again. Lamar played a good game, even though he got sacked 6 times. Uh, the Lions are all the way back. I thought they were going to be bad without the coordinators, that it was going to fall apart. Not completely, but like they were going to take a step back. But MCDC has his team ready to go, and I'm glad he does because I'm a big Detroit Lions fan, and I hope they do good. So our record at the end of the day was 7-8. Not that good. Unfortunate week. Some surprises in my opinion, but I believe we'll get better next week. Uh, so that was all my picks. You guys leave whether you got your picks right or wrong. Did you do as well as me or worse than me? Just go ahead and leave a comment. Also, like and subscribe if you'd like. And I'll see you guys next tomorrow for the picks. Thank you.